Hey everyone, welcome back to the month ahead reading. This is for the month of June 2024, and I'm going to start, like I always do, by talking about the astrology for the month ahead and what the influences are. So I'm running a little bit late with this, so by the time this uploads it's going to be like the 3rd of June, I think. Just everything has been so busy lately. Before I go into the astrology, I will mention, if you'd like to join me on Patreon, the link is below. With Patreon, I bring extra content to you guys. So there are different tiers. So I have a read of what the different tiers are. But at the moment, I think only tier 1 and 4 are available to join. The others have been booked up. I've had to have limited spaces on tier 2 and 3 because I'm just so busy. So if you join tier 1, you get extra videos that I add in, like extra pick a card readings, extra analysis of the full moons and new moons as they come up, and I usually get to do most of them if I have time. Every month I will go more in detail about those things, and any extra videos that you guys vote for or want to see, and then some extra stuff, that whatever I'm working on. So I have noticed that some people are joining on the free membership, which Patreon just automatically allows that. Free membership, if you join there, you will see a couple of things if you join for free, but to be honest, the free membership is extremely limited. So I do recommend to just take advantage of the extra content. It's only $6.99 per month Australian dollars and $5 US per month. And if you like what I do and you're interested in finding out more and learning more about astrology, all that stuff. Also, just a reminder, I do have tier 4, which is for psychic development and people interested in learning tarot and learning about what I've learned over 20 plus years of studying astrology and tarot. So I share my secrets over there. And I'm always thinking of new ideas to add to what I do, and I've added a couple of videos recently this last month. All right, so last thing, if you'd like to book a personal reading, the link to my website is below, and the turnaround time is roughly 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 4 weeks depending, but I always let you know. I'll send you a personal email to say, okay, thank you for your order, this is the turnaround time at the moment. That can't be helped. I'm very busy with in-person readings in Sydney and online. Anyway, let's get into the month for June. So Gemini's season continues through to the 21st of June, which then we go into Cancer season. So happy birthday to all the Geminis that are having their birthday this month, and also the Cancerians. June 4th, Mercury actually moves into Gemini. So then the Sun and Mercury obviously being Gemini together. And so this, with also Jupiter being in Gemini at this time for a year, which Jupiter moved into Gemini last month on the 31st of May, everything's kind of speeding up. I don't know if you can feel it. It's like there's a little bit of a frenetic pace. Anyone that's got Gemini in their chart will probably feel this. You might feel really busy, or you're just like trying to fit in a lot of different things, and it's hard to fit everything in because there's just a lot going on. It also depends what part of your chart this is happening in, but I did do a video on that with Jupiter in Gemini and how that's affecting your sign. So for your rising and or sun sign, that's on my Patreon if you want to have a look at that. I go through each sign and tell you for the year ahead what to expect with Jupiter in Gemini. But anyway, the side note, so Mercury in Gemini speeds up communication, and there'll be more of a need to communicate, a need to express yourself, a need to connect with friends, siblings, people in your community and extended family, and with children as well. So if you've got kids, it can be really extra busy with Mercury in Gemini from June 4th. Or it can just be extra busy for you with social contacts or people texting you, communications, all that kind of stuff. The mind does work faster when Mercury is in Gemini, but there can be a tendency to too much mental stimulation, especially with Jupiter in Gemini as well. So yeah, just something to be aware of. But generally speaking, Mercury works well in the sign of Gemini. So yeah. All right, and June 10th, Mars goes into Taurus. So that kind of helps stabilize the energy a little bit and grounds the energy. So I think that would be quite a strong vibe and a very grounded energy. So if you want to get out in nature and enjoy nature, you'll really enjoy it a lot more when Mars goes into Taurus from June 10th. And I forgot to mention, on June 6th there's a new moon in Gemini, so I do little posts about those things as well. That was on my YouTube channel, and if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you might have seen that little post video, very short, of what to expect with this new moon in Gemini, June 6th. This one is on 16 degrees of Gemini, and it's this one also is square with Saturn, so there's some tests around communicating, and possibly tests with bosses or people in authority, or kind of like the reality of your direction that you're headed in your life. You may feel a bit frustrated around communication with others around this new moon on June 6th, but also because it does make a conjunction with Venus in Gemini. Venus is about love and relationships. We will want to work things out. We will want to communicate and work through problems in order to kind of create a new slate with a new moon, or a clean slate rather, with a new moon. So there will be that opportunity, because it is also sextile the North Node in Aries. So that tells me that there will be an opportunity if you put the effort in. That square to Saturn shows like the effort is required, and maybe facing some fears to confront something, communicate something. You should be able to, with, you know, overcoming a fear around communication or a block around communication, work out some kind of new compromise, negotiation, or some kind of new way forward with relationships. So there is actually a lot of potential, even though it's a bit tense in the under that new moon. Then June 18th, Venus goes into Cancer, where it's very homely and wants to just kind of rug up at home and be cozy and have a good meal. That's very much Venus in Cancer in a nutshell. It's also like being close with those people in your life that you really feel a strong connection to. You know, those friends that are like soul friends, or just one-on-one connections, or family connections that just feel very nourishing to your soul. There's a need for familiarity when Venus goes into Cancer. So from June 18th, for a few weeks, Venus travels through a sign, usually for a few weeks, that focus on home and family and the comfort of home, and just retreat into the home and making the home more comfortable is going to be in focus. So yeah. And then the 21st of June, there's a full moon in Capricorn at 1 degree. So full moon in Capricorn, to be honest, can feel a little bit on the downside emotionally. It is a detriment moon sign. It's very serious, it's very stern, and just kind of very focused on money, resources, and practicalities, and, you know, what one has to create with in the very much the material world, or how much money one has to achieve something with, or what can I create, what kind of strong foundation can I create with this moon in Capricorn energy. So moon in Capricorn, that full moon does on the 21st of June also bring to focus elders, so like parents, older family members. It can be a focus on a parent at that time, potentially, especially if you have a parent that's unwell or something like that, or is aging. There's issues around, you know, an aging parent. Sometimes on a full moon, those things can come more strongly into focus. It can also be things to do with business, like a full moon in Capricorn can make you feel like you are looking at what you want to let go of with regards to a work situation or a business situation, or some kind of change that you want to make. Because it's a full moon, it is about releasing. It's not, you know, a new moon where you'd start something. It's a letting go energy. So you might be finishing a project, or looking to finish a project at this time, or let go of something that's difficult to let go of, possibly. Now, it's interesting to note that there is a square to Neptune with this full moon. So Neptune squares this full moon in Capricorn, because Neptune is almost out of Pisces into Aries. So that's where the square energy comes from. And given that the moon is at 1 degree of Capricorn. So what does this square mean? This means that we have some kind of confusion or lack of clarity around our reality and what we really want out of our reality under this full moon. So not every person's going to feel that as strongly as the next person. Again, it depends on your chart. It depends where you have 1 degree of Capricorn. If Capricorn's like anything prominent, like your sun, moon, or rising, or Venus, you're going to feel this more, especially if it's earlier degree. But Venus also opposes the moon, so this can be issues between what you feel you need on an emotional level, that is not, it doesn't feel quite good enough, versus what is on offer, and, you know, on an emotional relationship level as well, potentially, or even in a job situation. It could be anything, but there's some kind of evaluating of how you feel on an emotional level, and where you feel like you're not receiving enough of what you feel you're worth. So that's what I'm seeing there. And again, like that may, that what I've just said may be more relating to some people that have stronger themes related to Capricorn and that sort of thing in their chart. And lastly, June 30th, Saturn, actually, which is the ruler of Capricorn, actually goes retrograde. But Saturn is in Pisces at this time, so it goes retrograde on 19 degrees of Pisces. So from June 30th with Saturn retrograde, from that day, it's, you know, it is a time where we kind of go within more, we reevaluate things to do with our reality. It's not usually a time where it's great to make a huge life change, like buy a house or sell something big. You know, it's a better time to kind of wait for better conditions, or to work on things behind the scenes, like get ready for that down the track. Say you're looking at selling your house, but you're like, it's not the right time. Well, during the Saturn retrograde, it is better to work on things like decluttering or preparing to sell it down the track, like in the months to come down, you know, further down the track. So Saturn will be retrograde for a number of months, as always. Not a great time to make huge life decisions if you can help it. But then again, it also does depend on your chart. If you've got Saturn retrograde in your natal chart, then it can be not as much of a difficulty there. So anyway, with Saturn retrograde, we do go within, we reevaluate the core fundamental things in our life that are very important, like our foundation, our work, our working life, you know, all that kind of stuff. So can be rethinking those things. All right, so next part of the video is where I do the cards for each sign. So the time stamps will be below, and just go to, so if you're a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, click on fire signs and so forth. So I'll be back shortly with the cards for each element. Okay, so these are the 3 decks that I'm using. I'm using the vice versa tarot. I'm using you saw it before, the Pocket Oracle, and actually just bought this today, so I'm really excited to use this one. I haven't used it ever before. And the Oracle of the Universe, I've used this on my Patreon. You would have seen that on there if you're on Patreon with me. Okay, so first is the fire signs. All right, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for the month of June. What do we have? Ooh, the Death card. And is it, oh wow, the Emperor. Interesting, because the Emperor is actually the Aries card. How about that? I know this is Aries, Leo, Sag, but, you know, just saying. This is Scorpio, so there is the energy of change here very strongly for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius people this month. Big changes here. So the Emperor card is asking you to stay personally empowered. Do not give your power away, but do not put yourself into any kind of position with the Death card where you feel like a victim, or you feel like you've given your power away in a way where it's left you stuck. That's what I'm getting. Don't do anything drastic this month is the message. Now, that said, there is change around you with this card. Let's see what else your advice is. I'm going to do some Astro dice for you as well. Let's see what comes up. Aries, Leo, Sag for June, Taurus. Yep, your stability is very important. And 9th house, Moon. Wow. Some of you could have a Taurus moon. Some of you could have Sagittarius influence strong. Obviously, you know, it's fire signs I'm talking to. But, you know, it's interesting when I said don't do anything drastic. It's to do with your stability. The 9th house energy is a Sagittarius energy where it's like you want to be free. You want to sort of break free from the chains. And I'm just seeing like a horse running out of a gate. That's what I just saw. So there's a part of you that's very restless for change this month, fire signs. You may be planning, with the Death card, planning to do something very different, or planning to change a business. Like, say if you've got your own business, you might be changing your business, or thinking about changing a job in the future, like doing something completely different. Stepping up to a position of authority for something that's more lucrative in some way and gives you more freedom with the 9th house. The mother line, ancestral work, healing, individuation. Wow, that's interesting. So there's something here about the influence of the feminine energies in your family, the mother line. So that's what comes up here with this card. Very interesting. So maybe what I'm getting here actually is like the influence of female ancestors is around you at this time. Grandparent, grandmother figure, you know, if you've lost a female relative, like an aunt or a mother even, you know, that energy is coming through. The influence of your mother as well, like what she taught you, or something that you've learned in connection with her. So that's coming through. Rescue, Gemini. So funny because it is Gemini season. I'm going to get another card. Destiny. Ooh, very strong messages here. Okay, so okay, for some of you, you may feel like you feel stuck and you wish someone would just come and rescue you from your situation. That's what I'm getting here. And I feel like some of you have been putting that out to the universe, like, I need help with this, you know, like, get me out of this situation. Again, restlessness comes through. Three energies can be about change, but also new ideas. Interesting, Gemini comes out because, well, for Sagittarius, that's your opposite sign, but also it is Gemini season till the 21st of June. So I feel like this is speaking to something that you're going to be feeling very strongly from early June to, around June 21st. There might be a shift around that time. So you have Perseus, Destiny, number 5 as well. 5 is about change, 4 and 1. Okay, really interesting. I'm going to do the Astro Dice again. I don't usually do it twice, but I feel the need to do that twice. Let's see, we've got 7th house. Interesting. Neptune and Pisces. So, okay, other people may be confusing you this month, fire signs, with their behavior or their disposition towards you. Other people around you may be not feeling stable, and so you may be looking to them for, say, like a boss at work, or, you know, someone around you that you're used to being kind of more in an authoritative, stable position. It looks like their energy is coming off as a little bit wobbly or a little bit uncertain. So, or maybe someone that was acting very certain before is suddenly not acting as certain down further into the month. So just be a bit prepared for that. There could be confusion around somebody, you know, someone close to you. It doesn't, you know, it could be a relationship with the 7th house coming up, but it doesn't have to be. It could be someone that you're connected to, someone around them as well. But either way, there's this feeling of someone feeling either lost, victimized, or a bit helpless with the situation with this Neptune and Pisces energy. And this could be something that just comes into your sphere of influence. So keep an open mind with these readings. These are general readings. You know, always look at your moon and rising sign as well if this is your sun sign. But that's what I have for the fire signs for this month. All right, moving on. So next is the air. I'm doing the air signs next. So Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay, let's see what we've got. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And the vice versa tarot. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Wow. Is that the death card again? Yeah, it is. But it's the interesting side of it. So that's like the really heavy side of it. And that's kind of the rebirth side of the card. And then we have the 2 of Swords here as well. So, air signs, it looks like something where you were feeling a little bit indecisive, especially for Geminis, and Libra struggle with that. There's some kind of shift here because it shows like a death has occurred and you're on the Phoenix rising side of things now. And I feel like this is what I'm hearing is a decision will be made, or a decision has been made. So something that you've gone back and forth over in recent times, air signs, it looks like you'll be making a decision. Oh, we have 2 cards here. We have Pride, number 23, and Cassiopeia. I don't know how to say that, but 2 and 3 is 5. 5 is a change. Okay, it's about change, which also relates to the death card, coming out of being stuck in 2 minds. And power, a killer. 4 and 2 is 6. 6 can be about love, pride, and power. So there could be a power struggle to do with love, or there could be some kind of inner struggle that you're dealing with within your own self, or that you have been dealing with, to do with love here, to do with a decision, air signs. So air signs are, you know, big overthinkers. So, you know, sometimes you can get stuck in your head about where you're at, and, you know, that can lead you to kind of getting caught up in so many different things mentally, that if things don't feel right, you know, in your heart, you tend to go to your head. That's kind of what happens with the air sign. So if you're happy, you just won't really be questioning everything. But if you're questioning everything, if you're like wondering, gosh, is this right for me, you know, then that's a sign that something's not right with the situation, and you may be holding on to it for perhaps the wrong reasons here. So again, take it with a grain of salt, because these are general readings, and look at your moon and rising sign as well. The rose thread, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, and courage. So for some air signs, it's going to take courage to make some kind of change in your life. Okay, something that you've been thinking of and going back and forth over in your mind for a while. I'm going to get you another card here. Whispers of the Earth, creativity, inspiration, artists, and ideas. Yeah, you've been getting new ideas, air signs, about things that you want to do, but you may have been holding yourself back for some reason, perhaps out of fear. Let's put the Astro dice for the air signs. We have the fifth house of romance. We have Neptune and Virgo. That can also, Virgo can be work and health. If you've been feeling stagnant at work, and like work is getting too repetitive, too dull, or something like that, you may need to do something more with the creative side of yourself, or in your creative life, or, you know, maybe you want to start a business or do something else on the side to kind of keep you busy and interested. Otherwise, like, you feel like the routine, which is the Virgo energy, is the routine, is starting to make you feel a bit like lost, or that you just have lost yourself in some way. So something creative could be coming up there, and also something to do with helping children. That's for those that have children or work with children, is what I'm seeing this month, or spending more time with children if you've got kids, and, you know, maybe that's coming up for some reason. All right, moving on to the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for June. What are the energies? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What have we got? Earth signs. My fellow earth signs. Oh, what have we got? Jumping card. Oh, it came out that way. Oh, wow. That's the Hierophant. So that's funny that came out, because that's actually Taurus. So that is an earth energy. So this is to do with like authority, but spiritual authority, spiritual guidance. And it's interesting with the vice versa tarot, like he's facing that way, but it came out with the, you know, facing away. This could be where, see how the baby's holding the key? It can indicate like trying to get the answer to something, or you feel like, I'm actually getting, you feel like you finally understood something in a deeper way this month. Something maybe that you've been trying to understand for a very long time. So there's some kind of spiritual insight, clarity for the earth signs this month. So trust your gut. Yeah, so we have the Queen of Swords. She's facing away. Yeah, so interesting, they're both facing away. What I'm getting here is this Queen of Swords is onto it. This could represent, you know, you if you're an earth sign. She has the knowledge. She has the spiritual wisdom and the insight. And she knows the truth about something, but she may not be sharing it. She may just be protecting herself from energies that are not good for her. I'm getting something like that, like playing a strategic game in relationships, possibly, or with somebody that has negative energy, and you're trying to sort of protect yourself, is what I'm getting. Creation, 33. That's a powerful card. And generosity. Number 30. Interesting, there's a fox here, and it's got its prey, so predator and prey. And I was saying protecting yourself because you have the spiritual insight about the truth of a situation in a relationship. So that's deep, but that's come up. And again, look, there could be other messages in here for other people, and keep an open mind. Like I say, look at your sun, rising and moon to get more info from the other readings. Timestamps are below. But creation shows you're very creative this month, earth signs. You've got a lot of creative energy. You're able to tap into something new and interesting with your creative side. So whatever that is, that's actually going to be really worthwhile for you. And with the fox, I think a key word with fox is like strategy or being strategic. So that could make sense for others watching. Let's see what else the earth signs have from the Rose Oracle. Ooh, too many cards there. For the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, this one's flipped over. We have the Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching. I just said to you guys before with these cards that you finally have an understanding and a clarity on something that you've wondered about for a long time. Yep. So this is coming out quite deep here. So you've understood something that was very hard to understand. It could have been about another person, maybe someone in your life that you've had a lot of trouble like understanding where they're coming from, understanding the way that their mindset works, their emotions. You could have been dealing with someone very complicated here. And then you have the second bloom, second chance, new possibilities. So that's a powerful card. Oh, there's a card underneath it. Oh, wow. The sacred waters, replenishment, health, self-care. Those are lovely cards. So I just noticed also the eagle on this card. I don't know if you can see that. There's an eagle there. And the eagle always represents like the higher, the high energy of Scorpio. So the ability to see with perspective, with clear perspective from above, and look down on things in a way where you've got clarity, right? So that I just wanted to point that out. And then you have these gorgeous cards. So it's saying replenishment, health, and self-care. So if you've not been feeling great this month, it's saying things should improve for you in that way. The second bloom, something's coming up for a second chance for some of the earth signs, and it could be to do with opportunities in any way, but it could also be with love, because there's a very soft heart energy on this. Sun, 8th house, Libra. Yeah, relationships in the 8th house of intimacy. The sun is like the center of, you know, everything in a sense, in an esoteric way. So it's like the sun allows things to grow. The sun shines on everything. Like you cannot miss the sun, you know. It's just such a powerful energy. So with the sun coming up here, there could be a strong focus on relationships with the Libra card, Libra dice coming up, and also the 8th house of deeper feelings, transformation as well. We did have a reference to Scorpio with the eagle, because the eagle is an aspect of Scorpio esoterically, and the 8 is also the Scorpio Pluto house in astrology. So there's some deep energy in relationships here. It's like you're going deeper, and Sun in Libra is in fall, so this has not necessarily been easy for you guys, is what I'm seeing here. This has been difficult. This has been a process, a long process. Okay, let's move on to the last group, which is the water signs, of course. So that is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. All right, so Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. What have we got for you guys for June? What are the energies? This is the vice versa tarot. Something here. Oh wow, the star, and I don't know what this one is, but I'm pulling it out. That's the 3 of Wands. So the star and the 3 of Wands. Wow, the star is always such a beautiful card. It's Aquarius. It's, you know, about following your North Star within your own, in your life as a soul. Like your higher self is being guided on your path. So for June, it's saying like you are being guided, and the 3 of Wands is like your plans for the future. So you may have something that you're thinking of, water signs, in terms of plans for your future, and you may be worrying like, am I going to get there? Am I going to make it to, you know, my dreams, my ideals? That's what Aquarius is about, your ideals. And yes, absolutely, you know, it's coming up very strong here. So you may be worrying about your future. I'm getting especially Cancerians and Pisces with this. You may be really worrying like, am I going to achieve the plans that I have in mind, that I want for myself? And the answer is yes. Open. Yes. Say yes. Open, not broken. Trust life. Yeah. See, here's the thing, that no one has anything guaranteed, and we all know that, but this is coming up very strongly here. It's like sometimes there's, you know, we have this like stubbornness of like, I have to do this or I have to do that, but there is a higher calling, there is a higher destiny, and, you know, some things we can do, other things we have to wait for, you know. And sometimes we get, you know, the things that we want in a very unexpected way. So, but this is saying you've got to stay open and be trusting. Because if you're not trusting, it's like you're closed off to it. Do it your way, free yourself, unique. Interesting. I feel I'm getting work for that card for some reason. So, unique. It's like maybe there's something else that you want to do for work that is a bit different to what you've been doing. I'm getting that. Ingenuity, yeah. Okay, and it's a 36, which is a 9, which is about endings and new beginnings. So for water signs, this is saying, you know, there's some kind of new ideas brewing, and go with those new ideas. Come up with something different, because there's so much potential out there, and it's starting in your mind, and you'll be able to find the path forward. Again, trust. Let's see, we have 7th house, we have Venus, which is all about love and relationships. Venus in Cancer, Cancerian energy, relationships. Yeah, so this is about love as well, is coming up here, and trusting the process that you're in with regards to love, and the things that you want. Venus in Cancer can be like home and family, or, you know, wanting to have children, or, you know, some kind of change with your home life, some kind of change with your sense of security and family and relationships with the 7. So it's all about saying, you know, what they're saying here is you've got to trust your process that you're in. It's not about just quickly getting the destination, and it's about a process that you're in, about getting there, and to trust that process. Okay, so that's your reading, guys. I hope that was helpful or enjoyable, and I'll talk to you next month. Have a great month. Bye.